going on, everybody? What's going on? Sorry, I'm pulling up the UFC card as we speak on my computer. So, alright, first thing I'll do is run you through my day. The day was pretty chill. I had wrestling fundamentals at 9 to 10, and then I had mobility at 11:30 to 12:30, and then I had kettlebells at 12:45 to 1:45. Kettlebells today, I had to do 200 swings of 50 pounds, so that was nice. And then 100 push-ups and 10 minutes of planks. So yeah, that was really fun. Yeah. What else? And then I watched sparring. Every class was pretty small today. This is kind of what happens on Fridays. I'm pretty tired. Even though I ate really good today. I'm drinking a soy milk, chocolate milk, high protein. It tastes like dick, but they didn't have any other ones, and I really enjoyed the high protein chocolate milks because it's an easy way for me to get protein at the end of the day if I don't eat enough. And then I'm eating some dried mangoes back there. Tomorrow I'm gonna go see the elephants, hopefully at 1 o'clock. After I end this video, I'll enter my card in. Hopefully it goes through and everything works. So hopefully I'll be able to do that at 1 o'clock. Yeah, I don't got much else to talk about, so I think we're gonna hop into UFC. We're not gonna do early prelims. I'll be up at 4 a.m. to watch early prelims, but I'm not predicting or betting on any of the early prelim fights. So, we're starting at prelims. First fight is Luke Riley versus Kai Kamaka. Kai Kamaka, I think is how you say his name. Luke Riley really hasn't done anything in the sport of UFC. Like, his one win was a decision, a 5-round decision fight. That's his only win, I believe, in the UFC. Oh no, he has 2 wins, a knockout and a decision. But he's 13-0, and he's a prospect, so they're kind of just giving him guys. Kai Kamaka really hasn't done shit and hasn't fought shit, and like, Luke Riley does train with Paddy Pimblett, and for me, Luke Riley's just younger, taller, quicker, hits harder and better. So I would say probably a Luke Riley win. I'm not gonna say a knockout or decision because I haven't watched enough of Luke Riley to really know. So I would just say Luke Riley to win. Cody Garbrandt versus Adrian Yanez. Cody technically won his last fight, but if anyone watched the Cody fight, he got kicked in the dick 3 times, I think, and it took 2 points away. So he lost the fight 3-0. But because 2 points got taken away, he won it 2-1. It was a really odd fight. His opponent didn't understand what the ref was saying and just kept doing illegal shit and just being a fucking idiot spaz and sold himself. But Cody Garbrandt, ever since the Dominic Reyes win, it's just a nothing burger. All of his fights, he's just timid and scared to actually fight people. He's still a great guy and a great fighter and still one of my fan favorites personally, but I don't think he beats Adrian Yanez. I think most likely it's Adrian Yanez via knockout or decision. God, dude. Anyone who tells you that they like soy milk, person's a fucking idiot. Gable Stevenson's versus Elijah Ellison. Gable Stevenson's gonna put this guy in a 3-way blender. I don't think it's gonna be anything like crazy knockout, but it's probably just gonna be a takedown into a TKO. Like, he is trading with John Jones, and he is evidently like a really good heavyweight. Like, he's one of the best wrestlers ever. And he's still really young. Like, he's only 26. He's a terrible guy, and all, just like his mentor. But, you know, that tends to be a good base for MMA, to be honest. So he'll probably get the win. I would say by TKO. Robert Whittaker versus Nikita Krylov. I want Robert Whittaker to win this. I'm going to bet on Robert Whittaker to win this. I have full hopes in Robert Whittaker to win this, but he's only 6 foot, and he's at light heavyweight, and that's basically like me fighting at 205. Even though Robert Whittaker is bigger than me, has a much better build than me, I think it would have been more beneficial for him to go to 170 than go to 205. His career at 185 was kind of over, just because he kind of lost to everyone at the top, and it would just kind of just be a ringer for him. So he wanted something new, which was Nikita Krylov, who's kind of like RDR. He's a bigger framed 180 or bigger frame guy. I don't know if Robert's anything will transfer over. I think if it gets into the second, third round, like deep, Rob's done. But I think Bobby Knuckles can probably do it in the first round. Like I said, I will be putting U.S. currency on Robert Whittaker, so I'd like him to win. I don't really see it going to decision. I see probably one of the guys getting knocked out. Like Nikita Krylov's last 7 fights have all ended in some sort of finish, and 5 of those 7 have been knockouts. Robert Whittaker, his last loss was a decision and submission, and then he won by TKO. But like, for the most part, I do think at the heavier weight, like, it's gonna be a heavier hitting fight, and I don't know. I feel like someone's gonna get knocked out. I hope Robert Whittaker wins, but it's the UFC, like, you know, who the fuck knows? Sorry, I was reading the date. This is warm water, by the way. And I prefer to drink that shit. Fuck. Soy milk is so pissed. My God. Again, anyone who likes soy milk, fuck you, man. King Green versus Terrence McKinney. Someone's getting knocked out before the 3rd round. I'm not really sure who. So if I were a betting person, which I am, I'm going to put someone getting knocked out. Like, to me, Terrence McKinney probably has a better chance of doing it early, but if it gets past the 1st round, Bobby Green has it all day. Like, King Green is one of those guys where it's like, you never really know what's about to happen with him, and then shit just kind of happens with him, you know? It's very interesting how he fights and how his fights pan out a lot of the time. But he's just a fun guy, and I just think, like, logically, to me, he's gonna get it done. Like, I just have to think, like, he's 40, but, like, he kind of just kills prospects unless they're, like, dead fucking demon-ass prospects. And I don't know if Terrence McKinney's really that much of a demon prospect compared to, like, Patties and shit. So I think just ending in a knockout, TKO, whatever, most logical. Loner Kavanagh is Brandon Royval. Oh my goodness. To me, I think this is pretty easy. I say Loner Kavanagh, and I'm going to take Loner Kavanagh by knockout. Loner Kavanagh has some fucking nasty power to the brother. I think I'm just going to take him to win as well. But I watched his fight versus Moreno, and it was just fucking belt to motherfucking ass, bro. Like, he hits hard, he's fast, he's agile, he's nasty with it. So to me, like, I'm taking Loner Kavanagh to win. I think he might get a finish, but I'm guaranteed taking him for a win. Corey Sandhagen versus Mario Bautista. This is probably one of the hardest fights on the card because I don't think we've really seen Corey Sandhagen do anything interesting in a really long time. Like, he beat Division Figueiredo, but Figueiredo is really old, and no disrespect to him, I never thought he was all that, to be honest. Corey lost to Merab, Umar, and then it's just not. It's just weird because it's like Corey only loses to the best guys in the division. Like, Corey doesn't lose to bums. Like, he's lost to Aljo, Peter Yan, TJ Dillashaw. Like, bro loses to legit fucking guys. That's all he does is lose to legit guys. And Mario Bautista is not as legit as all those guys. Like, Mario Bautista gets his shit dicked down by all the guys that Corey Sandhagen has lost to. But I think at the end of the day, Mario Bautista is just has a little more confidence behind him, and I don't know. And I don't really know if it ends in a finish or not. This might be one where I do one or two bets with it, but I think I'm probably going to stay away from it in all honesty. I would like Corey Sandhagen to win. I'm a Corey Sandhagen fan. He just isn't as creative as he used to be. He used to be one of the most interesting, entertaining, creative fighters, and he just isn't anymore. I believe he stopped training with Trevor Whitman as well, which is really dumb because Trevor Whitman is the GOAT of trainers, the coaches. I think he's the best coach of all time. And so I don't know. I think, like, if you 100% have to bet and have to ask me who's going to win, I would say Mario Bautista probably has a better chance of winning. But in my heart, just like the Robert Whittaker thing, I would love Corey Sandhagen to dub out here, get back in the winning records after losing to Umar and Merab, and kind of just get his flow back. You know, like I said, he loses to really only the best guys. Like, Umar's only loss is Merab. Merab's losses are basically just Peter Yan. Like, almost all of Corey Sandhagen's losses, I'll read every single one of his losses out. Corey Sandhagen has lost to Aljamain Sterling, one of the best bantamweights of all time. TJ Dillashaw, one of the best fighters of all time. Peter Yan, one of the best bantamweights of all time. Umar Nurmagomedov. I mean, he's very good. Like, he's just good. He's not the best of anything, but he's very good. Merab Dvalishvili, the best bantamweight of all time. You know? Like, what are you going to do? Type of thing. It's like, it's just one of those things where it's like, I really would love him to win. I just don't know. So I'm going to go with Corey Sandhagen. Fuck it. Just like I'm going with Robert Whitaker, I'm going with fucking Corey Sandhagen, baby. Give me that motherfucker Corey Sandhagen. Please. Co-main event, BSD versus Paddy Pimblett. This one for me is kind of a whirlwind in the mind because I don't really know kind of how to put this into perspective. Like, everybody has bad and good days, but imagine it's like you have a baseball team, right? And one day, let's say Monday is your ace, or let's do college baseball. Friday is your ace. Usually Friday is the ace pitcher in college baseball. Friday, we come out, we got our ace. Bucket. Like for Oregon State, Dax Whitney. Dominant. No one's cooking Dax Whitney. Just Dax Whitney. Saturday, we got Ethan Kleinschmidt. Very good. Sunday, Eric Segura. Also, very good. Now let's say we have to play a 4-day series. We got Trey Morris. See how it's slightly going down and it's kind of random? Now say you have to shuffle all of our pitchers in a basket and you have to pick one randomly, all of our starters, and that's our Friday guy. That's how it feels with BSD. You never know who you're going to get. You might get Dax Whitney. You might get deadass the best fighter you've ever seen in your entire life. And then you might get Leif Palmer. The most dog shit thing you've ever seen in your entire life. You're like, how is this guy even allowed to participate in the sport? His chin isn't great. He's a really good mixed martial artist, though. Like, when people talk about MMA, like mixed martial arts, he's what MMA is. He can grapple, he can wrestle, he can submit, he can punch, he can knock you out. He can do everything. And in his recent times, he's been extraordinarily dominant. Knocked out Hooker, knocked out Beneil Dariush in literally 5 seconds, subbed Rufy, subbed the guy before Rufy, got knocked out by Dustin and knocked out by Renato Moicano. How you get knocked out by Renato Moicano is kind of goofy, and the Dustin knockout was just nutty. Like, it was just the perfect, like, he went in, chin up, bah, bah, boom, like crazy shit. So we got knocked out back-to-back, and since then has just dominated. Like, just purely dominated. He deals with staph issues. That's very common for him. But more than anything, he is the real only, like, guy. Like, he's a French Special Force officer. He's the only real motherfucker on this, like, in the MMA. Like, brother really was out there. And I'm not gonna lie, I hate Paddy Pimblett. Like, I might be Paddy Pimblett's biggest hater. And it's not because I dislike him as a human being. I like Paddy Pimblett as a human being. I hate the way people act as if he's very good. He's very bad. Like, he's really good, but he's really bad. Like, people think that he'll get a belt, and that's just ridiculous. Like, I can name you 10 lightweights that are better than Paddy Pimblett. No problem. Ilya beats him. Justin beat him. Max beats him. Islam beats him. I think Rufy beats him. Who else is at lightweight right now? There's more people. I think Dustin would have beat him. Probably would beat him out of fucking retirement. But BSD's, I'm going to bet on BSD, and I'm also going to bet on Paddy. I also don't think the fight goes to decision. I think it's probably going to be a submission or knockout. But I am going to bet on each of them in different parlays because I think it really depends. Like I said, we could get a BSD that comes out and is just the best fighter you've ever seen, and we can get a BSD that comes out and you're just like, how is this guy in the UFC? And Paddy's consistent. You always know what you're going to get out of Paddy. Wild striking, wild everything. Paddy doesn't take people down, but when Paddy gets taken down, he can reverse it and choke you out. So I think the best thing for BSD is probably to just strike with him and hopefully out-volume him. Because Paddy's striking is very unorthodox and it works. He's not going to get knocked out, but you are pretty easily able to outstrike him, like Justin did. Just move around, outmaneuver him, outstrike him, outdeal with him. And in retrospect, like, this is what I mean by how people glaze Paddy. He lost to Justin Gaethje. He beat Michael Chandler. He beat Bobby Green. He beat Tony Ferguson. And that pretty much sums up anyone worth mentioning in the UFC that he's fought. Obviously not his fault. The matchmakers put him against who they want to put him against. But to me, BSD has just fought better people. Paddy's never faced Dan Hooker. Paddy's never faced Beneil Dariush. Paddy's never faced Rufy. Paddy has never faced Dustin Poirier. Paddy has never faced Renato Moicano. Even though Dustin and Renato both beat BSD, Paddy's never faced any of them, and I don't know why. He, like, literally just skips the people that he's supposed to fight just because he's entertaining, and he's, like, funny on the mic because he has a strong accent. So, personally, I would prefer BSD to win, and I think if BSD does win, I think it'll probably be by a submission. I don't think anyone can knock out Paddy Pimblett, honestly. Like, the Scousers don't get knocked out thing. I think he's proven that because he takes huge shots and just kind of eats that shit for breakfast. So I can't really say he's going to get knocked out. And BSD does have very good submission game and wrestling and ground game. But I do think Paddy has a chance of defensively wrestling into an offensive submission. But I don't think Paddy will initiate the takedown unless he rocks BSD. Then he may climb on him and submit him. But hopefully BSD wins, so I don't have to hear Paddy bullshit. On to our main fight. We've been waiting 6 years. Conor McGregor versus Max Holloway. They fought a long time ago. Conor put belt to ass and submitted Max. Max is coming off probably the worst loss of his entire career. Literally getting wrestle ass fucked for 5 rounds. Conor McGregor hasn't fought in 6 years, so I don't care about his last loss where he broke his leg because it's completely irrelevant to his career at this point. When someone takes a 5-year break of a sport, nothing that they did 5 years previous actually matters because they're literally a different person. Conor's last fight, he was 32 years old. He's 37 now. His last fight was at 155 pounds. This fight is at 170 pounds. The thing about Conor McGregor is Conor McGregor fights completely depend on how he is in interviews and press conferences. And it's maybe the only fighter who's like that, ever. Most fighters, how they act in pressers, interviews, conferences, no matter how competent they are, it never really is relevant. It's extraordinarily relevant with Conor McGregor. Everything he says, does, leading up to the fight matters. He can get in your head, and he seems like he's in a really good place. Like, he seems like he's in the best place of his career since he beat Eddie Alvarez. And that's 10 years ago. Or so, you know? So, it's hard for me to root against Conor because it would be such a Cinderella story for him to come out and just win, especially against someone like Max Holloway. I think it's just going to be a striking fest at welterweight. Max, I don't think has ever fought at welterweight, and Max is definitely made for lightweight. He's made for 155. He probably walks around like 185, in all honesty, so he's cutting much less weight. He probably doesn't even really have to cut weight for this fight, and Conor probably really doesn't either. So they're both probably going to be pretty hydrated, healthy, and powerful. Like when Conor was fighting at 145, he looked like death. Same with Max. He looked like death. At 155, they both looked a lot better. But at 170, when you're not cutting as much weight, especially on the older side, you just look better. I think if Conor wanted to only care about getting a win, I think he would go with the Charles Oliveira route and just submit him and wrestle him, because Max seems to have no idea what to do on the ground. Like, he has good submission defense, but he has no idea how to defend a takedown or just get up from being on the ground when the other person knows what they're doing. In my heart, I would love Conor McGregor to win. In my brain that has logics, I believe Max Holloway will probably knock him out. Conor is coming back after 6 years and going into a 5-round fight versus one of the best strikers ever in the sport. But Max has had a tough time. Like, in all honesty, like, Max lost to Charles. He beat Dustin in a very dominant fight in Dustin's retirement. But I'll be honest, Dustin was just kind of in hell. But that's not discrediting Max. Max got knocked out by Ilya, bounced back, fought Dustin, tried to get the BMF versus Charles, and just got fucking molested by Charles, who's also a dog shit loser. No offense to Charles Oliveira, but I just hated the way he fought that fight. But yeah, this is really hard. Conor has the reach advantage. Conor probably has the weight advantage. And Conor probably has the mindset advantage. The only issue with Conor is the drama. He's been through so much in the past couple of years that it's just been like hell. And I don't know how he's gonna be coming into this fight. Like, his last fight at welterweight was so long ago versus Nate Diaz, and he won by decision, and then he knocked out Eddie Alvarez, subbed by Khabib. And I'm talking, these are huge breaks. These are 2-year breaks between like all these fights. And then Dustin knockout, and then broke his leg versus Dustin. And so when you really think about it, his losses are truly to very good guys. Like, Khabib and Dustin twice are really his only times he's lost a fight. And he did beat Dustin the first fight. And I don't really care about his second loss versus Dustin. I think it's 1-1 between them. Breaking a leg doesn't mean someone should win a fight. Just like breaking an arm shouldn't mean someone wins a fight. I get it. It's how it works. But to me, it's like, if the fight didn't end with someone actually giving up because they're choked, giving up because they're getting beat on, or giving up because they got knocked the fuck out, not really relevant. Or they lost in a decision. So for me, my heart, Conor McGregor. My head, Max Holloway probably knocks him out. At the end of the day, though, fighting's the most unpredictable sport in the world. Anything can happen. I'm going to put my bets in. I'm going to aim for the stars and pray that my bets hit. I hope you guys have a very good Friday. I am going to have a very good weekend. I'm very tired, very excited for the weekend. Yeah, I love all of you very much. I don't really think I have much else to say, to be honest. So yeah, peace out.